Have you actually ever stopped and thought about how amazing insects are? They may be tiny, but they have a huge impact on our world. Without insects, our lives would be totally different. They're like the little superheroes of nature. And sometimes we might not even see them because they're so small. But what if there was a way to help us see those tiny bugs so we can avoid stepping on them? That's where the amazing invention from 10-year-old Esme comes in. Insect detecting goggles. Let's build it. I'm Ruth, a patent-holding inventor and maker.
And I'm Shawn, a designer and engineer.
And we believe that kids have the best invention ideas.
So join us on our mission to build kids' ideas, make mistakes,
and show that anyone can be an inventor.
Kids invent stuff.
So the first question on the list is, can you hear insects? Now, most of us have heard bees or crickets that make noises, but we're interested in insects that mainly are on the ground. So I set about finding an expert who might have heard the sounds of insects and bugs.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Hello, I'm Toby Edwards and I record funny sounds for a living.
The question that I wondered if you could help me is can we hear bugs?
I did a very interesting project and part of that was to try and capture some of the wildlife living in the parks around London. We had lots of little microphones. We would try things like opening up the lid of compost bin. Quite quickly, all the insects that are in there kind of go "Rrr," and start moving around. Suddenly hear the pitter-patter of thousands and thousands of tiny little insect feet going in anthills, for example, and you can hear this kind of very strange noise that sounds a bit like chewing.
A little ant buffet.
Yeah.
Have you ever captured a sound that was unexpected or rare?
We had a microphone on a boom and a dragonfly hatched and it was there sitting in the sunshine trying to dry itself off. And so we managed to get a microphone really close to it. And we captured the sounds of this kind of like weird slurping, drying, slow fluttering things of a dragonfly.
That's incredible. I'd really like to find someone who's actually heard the sound of an insect before, and you are that person.
I definitely am, yeah. They're out there everywhere, yeah. You can find them if you go looking for them.
Thank you so much.
So Esme's invention is all about not stepping on bugs. And when we're doing that in our daily lives, we're looking for bugs and we're listening out for bugs. Now, what we want with her invention is to almost increase those two senses, to make them better. And so they're the two things that we're going to be focusing on with this invention. So how are we going to hear them? The obvious thing to use for this is a microphone. Now, a microphone converts sound waves to an electrical signal, and I'm using one right here. So obviously if it's up close, it can hear the sound I'm making.
And it's not so clear the further it is away.
So if we can get a microphone close to where the bugs are, then hopefully we can hear them. So when it comes to thinking about which microphone we should use in Esme's invention, there are lots of things to consider. Some microphones just work in one direction, which would be really useful. You could point it towards where you think the bugs are. Others are really, really sensitive and pick up on tiny noises. They are also quite expensive. But one of the things we have to think about is once the microphone has picked up on a sound, we want it to let the person wearing the goggles know that. And so to do that, we want that microphone connected to something. And I think I found that thing. So this is a microbit. It has inbuilt in it a microphone. It also has lots of other clever things like an accelerometer, a compass. It has a lovely LED screen, and you can program it to do some really cool things. So I think this could be the perfect microphone for Esme's invention. So the microbit is really easy to code. You can either use these code blocks or JavaScript. Now I've used these code blocks and I'm using the LED display on the front. And the great thing about it is you can even have a go at coding one without having an actual microbit, because over on this side, there is a simulator that will show you what your code will do. So here, I have it set on this side that a quiet noise has a sound threshold of 10. So if I take this down to 10, then it should start working. There we go. So this is lighting up. Obviously it's maxing out a lot because my voice is very loud, but I'm just literally wanting it to register the lower end. So you can see there that that's what it's doing. As it's registering something under 10, it's showing it on the LED display there. And that's the first thing that I want my microbit to do. So we have the code on the microbit that's going to pick up on our really quiet noises. Now, even so, we need to get that microphone as close to the bugs as possible. So I've got a phone selfie stick, and the plan is to stick the microphone on the end of it. And one of the things that I'm worried about is the air noise interfering and setting it off when it's not actually a bug, it's just air moving around the microphone. So I found this really cute little case that you can 3D print. So yeah, I'll put the file to this in the description of the video. But how cute is this? And hopefully that'll stop the air from getting near the microphone and accidentally setting off our little microphone bug device. Now, ideally, when this hears something that could be a bug, I want it to let me know. And so I want it to activate something. Now, the issue is if anything moves around this microbit, that noise could register as a bug, even though it's not, and just keep accidentally setting it off. So I need something remote that isn't near this microbit that will activate when this one here thinks it's hit a bug. So it turns out what you need to solve this microbit issue is another microbit. So these things are super clever and they have some really cool functions, one of which is radio. So you can connect a microbit to another microbit via radio, and it can send signals back and forth. So I can program this to listen for noises and to kind of show those on the LED screen. And then if it hears a really quiet noise, it can activate a second microbit, which can be further away, so that noise won't mess with this microphone. And this can do something that will tell me, I've hit a bug, be careful. How cool is that? So the next question is, how are we gonna see them? So it's time to improve our eyesight for Esme's invention idea. And our first thought was a magnifying glass. Now, when you look through a magnifying glass, smaller things become bigger. And that works really well with these bugs. However, you have to get the magnifying glass quite close to the bug to be able to magnify it. And I'm not sure if any of these bugs would be hanging around if I had a magnifying glass this close to them. So I think we need another option. So our next thought was binoculars. But there's also an issue with them because you might be thinking, where are the bugs? Well, for me to see the bugs clearly, they have to be all the way over there. I can see them perfectly through these binoculars, but I definitely won't be stepping on them when I'm that far away from them. So a magnifying glass needs to be too close and binoculars need to be too far away. So we need to find a middle ground. And we think these glasses might be perfect. Now, these are originally used for fishing, so you can sit on the side of the water and you can see a fish, which actually is the perfect distance for also looking at bugs. And the great thing is they have these dials on the side and you can turn them so you can bring something closer to you and magnify it. Oh, you're really close now. Hello. So good. So I think we're almost ready to test. We have our microphone microbit on our selfie stick so that we can put that down on the floor where we think the bugs are going to be. And then if it hears a bug, it will activate our servo on the side of our bug glasses. So if this bit detects a bug, it will set off our little servo flag. The flag will pop up and we'll be able to look around in front of us using the magnifying glasses to check we're not standing on any bugs. Let's go! So we're here at the butterfly farm and it's time to test Esme's glasses. The only issue is there are lots of bugs here and it is slightly noisy. I think this is going to get triggered quite a bit. Let's go. I've got some ants here. Let's see if it works. We just detected bugs. They've got some fruit here for the butterflies. There's bugs on it. I think this is going to be good. Let's see if it triggers our goggles.
I think it detected a bug. These glasses are great because you can use them to actually see the butterflies in more detail. I am going to start wearing these every trip to the butterfly farm. So there is one sat here, it's very still, but others keep flying around it, so I wonder if it'll get set off. So I have been so excited about the butterflies, the bugs, the ants. There's like an actual crocodile. Actual crocodile. This is the best place to wear these glasses because there are so many things to set them off. Well, I think the insect detector goggles have been a success. Thank you, Esme, for your amazing invention idea, and a big thank you to the Tropical Butterfly House for having us. This place is amazing. We'll make sure to link it in the description of this video. Now, if you have any invention ideas that we should bring to life on this channel, send them to our website. It will appear on the screen below, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Kids invent stuff.